and we're singing, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, what's going on? It's the protest, got to stay. Tell the people stand as one way. There's be what the Lord's spoken, made to be broken. As we say, think outside the square and provide. Walk side by side, not as with your poor, but as equals. Hey, yeah, yeah.
So I've got Alia from Voices for Freedom here, which is so lovely. Big hug.
Yeah. It's lovely.
And what's your name?
Alfie.
Alfie. And
Yeah.
have you been supporting your mum through all these months? Years? Are you a little bit over the whole thing? Are you a little bit like, I just want my life back?
Yeah.
But what did you think, Alia, when you walked in the gates? What did you feel when you first saw the transformation from last week?
Yeah, well, today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, today it is massive. So there's probably about 3 times as many people, I'd say, since yesterday.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's funny because the vibe changes every day.
Yes.
Because you've got people coming and going every day.
It's
And so-
amazing.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's
I
really
mean,
sort of, whoa.
they said about 1,000 people on Radio New Zealand this morning. And I walked in here today and I went, this is like more
Yeah.
like at least 20,000, I
It's
reckon.
a huge number. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to gauge, but at least 10, 15 was what I was thinking more, because you're looking around the streets. There's so many people
I know.
outside of this venue as well.
And Alia, I need to say here, you and Claire and Libby did so much in the early days to start to wake people up. What that work you've done for how many months, how many years?
It's been over a year now.
And
Yeah.
it's intense work, isn't it?
is, yeah,
I've been
yeah.
going since October, and it's like 12 to 14-hour days
Yeah.
if you're doing any justice to it.
Yeah, I
How have you stood up to all of that for over a year?
I don't know. Well, I think having the 3 of us helps.
Yep.
So we bounce off each other, and when someone's feeling tired, the other 2 are there to
Yeah.
prop up, and it just works. It's a nice balance.
Yeah.
It got really crazy towards the end of last year, 100 plus hours a week, for both of us, Claire and I, who were working just full on.
Absolutely.
And I think when all the mandates were going down and getting the resources out there and helping people through that whole process of being ordered, and
It's extraordinary what you've done. Did you have real times of despair? I had times where I always knew we would win, that love would win over evil. But there were times, really dark nights, where I would despair at the horror of what was being rolled out.
yeah,
How
I
did
mean,
you
yeah, I
feel?
mean, you know the way that it was going to go. We always knew the way it was going to go, and we were trying to sort of make that as good as possible for people,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't. Well, at the time we couldn't stop some things,
No.
so we're just doing it to make people. The process for people as supportive as possible. So
You've
all
done
the
that
groups,
brilliantly.
Yeah, it was amazing to hear all the feedback from people here who said, you basically kept me from going out and,
Absolutely.
just that community and the connection.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I always think if you save one life, if one life breathes easier because we've lived, the whole thing is worth it. But in terms of where to from here, what would you love, Alia? What would you love to see come out of? I mean, it's a joyous festival. It's people communing, smiling, hugging. It's the old New Zealand plus something else, such an intense love. So where do you think, if you had to predict, where could it go from here?
Oh, well, there's lots of people
Anywhere.
with lots of ideas at the moment, and I think maybe the majority of people that are coming down or up to here.
A lot of joy.
Yeah. They are, the end the mandates is the message, right?
That's the beginning, a lot of
It
people
is the
are saying.
beginning, yeah. But I think we have to be realistic,
Yep.
and that we're not going to get sort of to this far end point straight away.
Yes.
So I think this is a good stepping stone, and we need to be clocking the wins that we're getting along the way.
Yes.
And so
The biggest thing for me is she needs to realise this is so much bigger, and she must come and meet the people.
she must, yes.
She must come down
Yeah.
those steps, all of them, Mallard as well.
Yes.
And meet
Yeah,
the
well.
real people. They are saying this is riffraff and ruffians, and it is. What's the crowd like to you? How would you describe
It's
it?
definitely not like that. I mean, of course, you've got a whole range of people here, right? Like,
Yep.
you've got people who are able to hop on a plane at the last minute and come down.
Absolutely.
So you've got one end of the sort of spectrum, and then you've got the other end of the. There's just such a diverse crowd here. It's really incredible, and everybody is, bustling in together and getting along and connecting with one each other and smiling and hugging.
It's amazing.
It's really cool.
Huge age range.
Yes,
All Chinese, all Maori, Pacifica, Pākehā. It's all of New Zealand here.
Yes,
isn't
we've got
it?
pilots and nurses and midwives and teachers
Oh.
and just everybody is here.
And the number of
Huddling
people who've been mandated out of jobs
Yeah.
who are suddenly finding real heart nurturing where they've been lonely. What do you think for the future of this country? Like, you're going to be a leader possibly in a few years. Do you think this country is, I mean, you must have seen your mum really going through something. What would you love in New Zealand in the future? Do you think this could be the way we could keep it going? Unity and fun and joy? What would you like? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think you'd like to say to Jacinda Ardern? Because sometimes
Keep it
from
clean.
yeah,
Clean.
just sometimes from your heart, your age can have a really powerful message. What would you say if she was standing in front of you
I
instead
would
of
want
me?
her to resign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
She's a bad leader.
Why is she a bad leader? It's a good comment.
I just don't like her.
Yeah, and there was a lot of division in New Zealand. This is all about what? This is about like a unity coming together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caring for other people, eh? Caring for each other.
Was it what you expected when you came in here to have this much fun and horns going off and music everywhere?
No.
What did you think? Yeah,
I didn't expect there to be this many people.
yeah. Imagine if Parliament in years to come was like this, a big party all the time. Yeah, lovely, lovely to talk to you. Alia, thank you. You've done an
thank you.
incredible job.
Thank you for coming.
So many Kiwis, so grateful to you three. Give Libby and Claire my love as well.
I will.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.